have laws for these things.
Until they fail, then you have me.
My fingers, he cut them off.
The Jason Statham action flick The Beekeeper is stirring up a lot of talk about a sequel. But will The Beekeeper 2 actually happen? Well, there's a chance. Director David Ayer hinted at the possibility, and his comments suggest that not only could The Beekeeper 2 happen, but it might even be another hit. So, let's dive into everything we know about the potential sequel and break down what the ending of the first movie could mean for it. The Beekeeper wraps up with Adam Clay, played by Jason Statham, taking out several FBI and Secret Service agents while hunting down Derek Danforth, who doesn't survive the encounter. Directed by David Ayer, the action-packed film follows Clay, a man determined to avenge Eloise Parker, all the way to the White House. Sneaking in by hiding under a truck, Clay manages to get past top-level security with ease. Inside, Clay confronts former CIA Director Wallace Westwyld and Eloise's daughter, Agent Verona Parker. Meanwhile, Josh Hutcherson's Derek is having a tense showdown with his mother in the Oval Office. She's discovered that Derek's been using Danforth Enterprises data mining software for phishing scams and using dirty money to back President Danforth's campaign. When Derek holds his mom at gunpoint and kills the FBI's deputy director, Clay bursts in, shooting Derek in the head. Clay then makes his escape, jumping out of a window and heading to the river, where he's got gear stashed. Although Parker has a chance to take him out, she chooses not to. That's it. If you're trying to get a clearer picture of what the sequel might bring, let's break down who the Beekeepers actually are. They're part of a super-secret agent program that's so classified, even former CIA Director Wallace Westwyld didn't know about it for a while. The program recruits agents to become the ultimate last line of defense. When all other agents and resources are tapped out, the Beekeepers step in to protect the beehive, whatever that may be. They're given whatever they need to get the job done and can make decisions without having to follow the usual CIA or FBI rules. These agents are trained to a level that makes special forces look like amateurs. The exact start date of the Beekeeper program is a mystery, but it's been running in the shadows for quite some time. Beekeepers have their identities erased from any system, making them impossible to track. As Wallace says to Derek, when a beekeeper says you're going to die, you're going to die. Clay and the other beekeepers operate outside the law, so they're pretty much capable of anything. One of the wildest twists in The Beekeeper is that Derek wasn't just a small-time scammer, he was way deeper into shady dealings than anyone thought. While Derek was busy running scams on everyday people, he was also at the helm of a company that U.S. government agencies, including the CIA, used for their operations. He didn't just stop at scamming. He took advantage of these systems to help his mother's presidential campaign, making sure she won using dirty money, all without her knowing. Derek didn't care about the rules. He was all about bending them to suit his needs. Now, if you connect this with the Beekeeper program, it's interesting because Derek was exploiting the same CIA system that the Beekeepers operate in, but for his own selfish gain. He was manipulating the very structures that people like Adam Clay and the Beekeepers are supposed to protect, which makes his downfall even more poetic. The Beekeepers work in the shadows to defend the beehive, while Derek was undermining it from within. Josh Hutcherson, who plays Derek, talked about this big twist in an interview. He was fully committed to portraying Derek as someone who doesn't see himself as the villain. Hutcherson said that Derek's arc was both grounded in reality and creatively twisted. He didn't expect the reveal while reading the script, but once he hit that moment, it really shaped how he saw Derek. Learning that Derek's mother was involved in his life at such a high level gave Hutcherson key insights into the character's motivations. It's a great twist that adds depth to Derek's unhinged behavior and his willingness to exploit everything around him. One thing we can definitely count on for a sequel is more death. The ending of The Beekeeper is packed with fatalities, and the chaos just ramps up as Derek's dirty dealings come to light. Once it's revealed that Derek has been exploiting CIA programs and using dirty money, he takes things to the next level by killing FBI Deputy Director Prigg. He even tries to kill his own mother, President Danforth, in a desperate move to save himself, but Adam takes him out before he gets the chance. Before Derek's dramatic end, Adam had already wiped out Wallace's mercenaries, including their leader, Lazarus. That showdown with Lazarus was intense and took Adam a lot longer than his usual kills because Lazarus was one of the few people who could actually stand up to him in a fight. So, if the sequel follows the same path, we're probably looking at more high-stakes action and a growing body count as things get even messier. Adam Clay's ending in The Beekeeper certainly sets the stage for a potential sequel. After his daring escape from the White House, having taken out Derek Danforth and several mercenaries along the way, there is a strong foundation for The Beekeeper 2. Clay's ability to infiltrate and escape without being killed, coming close only during his confrontation with the mercenaries, suggests that he will now be pursued even more aggressively following Derek's death. This alone provides ample material for a sequel, as Clay's actions have undoubtedly drawn significant attention. Furthermore, Parker's decision to let Clay escape at the end raises interesting possibilities. She may either reconsider her choice and attempt to track him down, or perhaps she might find herself allying with him for another mission. If Parker gets promoted due to the death of the FBI director, this could further intertwine her story with Clay's, opening new avenues for The Beekeeper 2. At present, a sequel has not been officially announced, but the world built around the Beekeepers is rich enough to explore further. Jason Statham's portrayal of Adam Clay has left many curious about his next steps and how he will evade capture after such a high-profile assassination. The ending of The Beekeeper leaves plenty of room to delve deeper into the mysterious Beekeeper program and its operations. David Ayer, in an interview with Inverse, expressed his own interest in continuing to explore this universe, mentioning that the first film only cracked the door into the Beekeeper world. He shared his curiosity about the origins and functioning of the Beekeepers, wondering what might happen if the system broke down and what the implications of that could be. While Ayer and Statham are currently working together on another project, Ayer's comments suggest that there is plenty of potential for The Beekeeper 2. Even Josh Hutcherson has expressed intrigue, mentioning his desire to learn more about who founded the Beekeeper system and how many beekeepers there actually are. This level of interest from both the cast and director only adds to the possibility of a sequel. To sum it all up, The Beekeeper might look like just a revenge flick on the surface, but it dives deep into the corruption that Clay uncovers, showing that no organization, no matter how noble it claims to be, is free from deceit. The film highlights how those in power can take advantage of vulnerable individuals for their own gain, as seen with Eloise being scammed out of her money and charity funds. While Clay's mission is personal, his drive to protect the Beehive symbolizes a need to address this imbalance. It's particularly disturbing that the person behind such despicable operations is the president's own son. Additionally, Parker's choice to let Clay escape hints that she's starting to question the limits of the law and what true justice means. Throughout the film, both characters make different moral choices, prompting the audience to ponder which path is ultimately correct. The Beekeeper raises important questions about how we should address corruption and wrongdoing, especially when it comes to victims, creating a thought-provoking moral dilemma that lingers long after the credits roll. And that's what concludes today's video. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next one. Feel free to share your suggestions for future videos in the comments below.